Do you think your freelance writing portfolio website is good? Like, is it the best one out there? My guess is probably not. You could probably use a little bit of help. So, in this video, I'm gonna give you 5 tips to instantly make your freelance writing portfolio site much better, like world class. You do these things and your site is gonna start being a lead magnet. Like, people are gonna show up at the site and they're just gonna be like, I gotta work with this person. Like, here, take my money, write for me. Well, I don't know if that's actually gonna happen, but that's the goal. That's what we're trying to get to that point. So let's stop rambling, get on with the tips. First thing, this is a very simple thing, but it is very important. Include a photo. Better yet, include 2, 3, or 4 photos. Don't you want to know who you're working with? Don't you want to see what they look like? Anytime I'm reading something, it helps if I know who's writing to me. So if you're corresponding with someone and you're sending emails back and forth trying to figure out if it makes sense to work together, it helps to know who this person is. It helps to know what they look like. It helps to know where they're from. It helps to know a little bit about them. But so often people are so afraid of putting themselves out there on the internet that they don't include any personal information. One of the best things you can do to get clients is build rapport and give information about who you are. So the simplest way to do that, add a couple photos to your site showing who you are, showing you in your element, because if it does nothing else, it proves you're a real person and it builds trust early on, and trust is a very important thing. I mean, look how much time I've spent putting my face on the internet. We're very trustworthy. Like I'm sure you would trust that I'm wearing pants right now. You'd be wrong. I'm not wearing pants right now. Yeah, wearing shorts. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Okay, sorry about that. 2, tell a cohesive story. I don't care if you niche down or if you're a generalist. You can be a successful freelance writer regardless of what you do. But what you should do is tell a story. Tell a story about yourself on your About page, who you are, why you're a writer, why you got into this. People will resonate with that. Tell a story about the type of writing you do choose to do. Why did you decide to be a content writer? Why did you decide to be a copywriter? Why did you decide to be a B2B writer or an SEO writer or whatever you did? Make that story cohesive throughout the site so people understand where you're coming from and they understand the why behind you as a writer. And if they can understand why you're a writer and why you've chosen to do this, it's going to make it much easier for them to say, yes, I want to work with that person. So rather than thinking about your website as a series of disparate pages, think about how they all work together and what that cohesive story is that is told throughout each page. As an example, on Location Rebel, one of the stories that I tell is this idea of leaving my job, working remotely, and valuing freedom. You can see that on just about every page. I talk about travel, I talk about working from home or working on the road. So for instance, if you're looking to build a website similar to mine, you get that story across the whole site and this whole YouTube channel. That story is cohesive. So if you're looking for someone to teach you how to do it, you're like, oh, Sean has done this. He is clearly living this lifestyle because I can see that across every page on his site. It works the same way with a freelance site as well. If a potential client can understand why you're doing this and they understand how you got to this point, it's going to make it much easier for them to say, yeah, I buy that story. I want to work with you. 3, use real testimonials or just any testimonials. Even if you are just getting started and you don't have any previous writing work, find people that can vouch for your character. Find friends or family members or people you've worked with in different capacities to just give a blurb about you as a person. Maybe the fact you're responsible, maybe the fact you've got a good work ethic, maybe the fact you are a good writer. That is one of the most powerful things you can do on your website is have that social proof. Prove that you are a capable human being. Very rarely does anyone want to be the first person to dive into something. If it's a brand new business, you don't want to be the first person to, pay money. So even if you are just getting started, by proving that there are other people that have worked with you or trust you or believe in you in some capacity, by having some testimonials and some people that vouch for you, even if it's not directly related to working with you in a writing capacity, it's going to make it easier for a potential client to say yes and be like, okay, yeah, these people have worked with them, these people trust them, makes it easier for them to say, yeah, I want to work with you too. Number 4, get a better theme. I'm going to be honest with you. One of the biggest mistakes I see people make with their freelance writing sites is they're just janky. They just don't look very good. And you need to start to develop, if you're going to do stuff online, start to at least develop an eye for what looks good and what looks bad. One of the best ways to make your site look better is to get a premium theme. There's all sorts of great themes out there. You should invest the money in one and spend a couple hours setting it up. Then, and this is important, go find 2 people that you know will be honest with you and say, what do you think? Give me feedback. What looks good? What doesn't look good? What do you like? What do you don't like? Get that honest feedback. If you don't know how to get honest feedback, like if you know your mom's gonna be like, oh, it looks great, honey. This was fantastic. But you know, it really doesn't. There's a book called The Mom Test. I highly recommend it. It's all about how to ask better questions to actually get honest feedback. But one of the best things you can do, get a good theme. I like StudioPress themes that are built on the Genesis framework. They're a little bit more expensive than some of the ones you see out there, but they're also really easy to customize, and they've got some great ones for freelance writing portfolio sites. Finally, the last tip to instantly make your freelance writing portfolio site better and convert and build rapport with your potential clients. That is, have one. So many people don't have one. They get intimidated. They don't know what to do. They don't work on it. Just have one. Just by showing up, by having a place where people can be like, okay, who is this person? Are they a real person? Have that site so they can do that and feel confident about working with you. I'm not saying you have to have a site. Like, you can still get freelance writing work and freelance clients if you don't have one, but it's going to make your life so much easier. It's going to make it so much easier to get clients if there's a site they can go to, see your work, learn about you, see a photo of you, get some testimonials. You see where I'm going with this? It's all the stuff that your site should have. So have a site. Does the idea of creating a website or customizing a website or fixing your janky website, does that scare you? Does that bother you? Is that a big roadblock for you? If it is, I'm gonna do something kind of special for you. For people that join Location Rebel Academy, I will create your website for you. We will use my customized StudioPress theme that's built on Genesis, which is the most rock-solid WordPress framework out there. I customized a site just for Location Rebel freelance writing sites. It looks beautiful. I'm really happy with it. And if you join Location Rebel Academy, then I will build that site for you. All you gotta do, shoot me an email, sean@locationrebel.com, after you join and say, you said I could have a website. Tell me that, and we'll get you hooked up. Caveat to this, you gotta sign up for Bluehost hosting. That's gonna get you a free domain and a year of hosting, and it'll be about $50. But that's less than the cost of if you were to just buy the theme on its own. So it's really a pretty killer deal, and I'm excited because this removes one of the biggest roadblocks most freelance writers have. Not to mention, you get all the incredible things that go along with Location Rebel Academy, like a blueprint for how to build a freelance writing business, and a forum with people that are all working through the same thing and have done this successfully. And you get email access to me and office hours calls and all sorts of great stuff. Okay, so to recap, if you're just looking to improve your freelance writing portfolio site, then do these 5 things. Have a photo, tell a cohesive story, have testimonials, have a site to begin with, use a better theme. Do those 5 things and your site will be much better and help you actually get clients. Want help with that? Want a roadmap? Want us to build a site that's going to look phenomenal so you don't have to worry about fixing all that stuff? We're just going to tell you what to put in it and how to make it good? Then join Location Rebel Academy, shoot me an email, and we'll get that going here right now, today. Like maybe tomorrow, but in the next few days, you can have that site up and running, built for you. Like, away we go. So that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit subscribe. Hit the notification bell after you subscribe so that you're notified every time we got a new video. And if you enjoyed this, hit thumbs up. Just hit the thumbs up button down there right now. Just go ahead. Just thank you. I appreciate you. With that, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm gonna go plug the AC back in back here because it's getting hot in here, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.